Hi everyone, my name is Sue Cooper. I'm the General Manager of an organisation called OMD 2030, which is an organisation which is helping the citizens of Oranjemund help to transform their town.
Hi, my name is van der Merwe. I'm a long-standing citizen of Oranjemund. I've been here for about 40 years, so I've seen this town go through many iterations and many changes and many episodes during that lifetime. Okay, this town used to be a closed town. Now what I mean with that is that you had to have a security permit to come into town. If you were in-laws and you wanted to visit your daughter, you would have to apply for a security permit, which takes about 2 weeks. And obviously not many in-laws came to visit. It was a natural buffer against unwanted guests in your private capacity, obviously.
Oranjemund used to be a private town, and the mine determined everything that went on in town. So the mine determined the future of absolutely everything. Now the mine is not going to last forever, and indeed there's been several false starts and suggestions that the mine is going to close earlier, and we need to have a plan to make sure that the town survives when mining is no longer there, so that we have a diverse town that can support many different industries and has many different things for people to do, and also is a place where people want to stay and want to belong.
So in 2017 the town opened and that restriction just fell away. And everybody was concerned that with that restriction gone, the town will be inundated by people, that there would be huge changes in town in terms of unemployment, that there would be an impact on wildlife. As unemployment is on the increase, you would expect some poaching to increase as well. And I would be fairly certain to say very little of that actually materialized. So this town is exactly the way it was. It's still the safe, secure little town where people look out for each other. The community is very tight. So, if you think you're going to sneak through, like you tried to sneak through town, you're not going to be able to sneak through. Somebody will pick you up and report you to the local SPAR, where you will be interrogated in due course.
Okay, well, once the town was open, there was a lot of worry within the community that there was going to be a lot of poaching, the influx of people wanting to find out what a diamond town is going to be like is going to cause all sorts of hassles in all sorts of ways. But my feeling is that actually animal numbers are pretty much the same. Yes, there's a little bit of poaching. I think there's always been a little bit of poaching. But I haven't noticed any significant increase or decrease in numbers. And often the population of animals in town depends on the weather conditions. It depends on whether there's a drought or whether it's rained, whether it's windy, what are the conditions in the desert? Because when conditions are tough in the desert, then of course more come to the river. So really climatic conditions dictated rather than people, I think.
So yeah, I've been here for 40 years. We've always known the gemsbok. You only had to get your hiding once for trying to touch one, and then you didn't touch one again. So no, they've always been around. What has increased, which I think is unusual, is that the springbok also come into town now. They used to be further out. Nowadays, especially in the evenings, you can see them in the parks grazing. But other than that, I can't imagine huge changes. I mean, it's as it was, and as it always will be.
Sure, I think that when you talk to people about Oranjemund, they say diamonds and they say oryx, and they want to see oryx wandering around the town, and that's what one of the reasons they come and they hunt and they look, and that's what they want to see. Sure, it's a very important draw, and it's also something that the people in the town are very proud of as well.
I used to be employed by the mine, where I was fortunate enough to spend 15 years of my career in environmental management. So I do have a bit of knowledge on the biodiversity of this area and the uniqueness of it. For the last 5 years, I've been more involved in an effort to change the town's future. As most people know, mining is a finite activity, and at some point resources are depleted, and then you sit with a town that is at risk of becoming a ghost town. So the organization I work with at the moment is called OMDIS. It's a Nama word for place to belong. And this organization is focusing on economic transformation of the town. In other words, trying to get tourism going, trying to get agriculture going, property development, manufacturing, health, education, to make this town into a normal town where there is not just one big economic driver, but a few smaller, large industries that can carry employment and economic activity for the town.
What I do, I also, apart from my day job, I volunteer for the Brown Hyena Research Project, which is a project that has active research for the whole of this area, the whole of the Speergebied, from Luderitz right the way down to here, which is now called the Sarkheid National Park. And we've got camera traps all the way down the coast, and occasionally we have them inland as well. And we've got them around here, we've got them on the Orange River. And, you know, it's something we should be really proud of, that we actually have hyena in town. Luderitz has a few as well, but hyena are a near threatened species. So they're on the edge of being endangered. And this is very special to have hyena here and to have them, on the coast and be able to study them. Yes, there is a fear within the town. There's some people, generally people that don't understand about them, because really hyena are not going to attack animals and children unless they put in a situation where there's no choice. That's it. So of course, if you leave your dog wandering around the street at night and it's a small dog and a hyena comes along, that's a nice treat for it. That's life, unfortunately. But hyena are scavengers. Hyena also eat fruits. They also eat vegetation. They're not exclusively carnivores, and they just need the respect that all other wild animals should have. You must keep your distance, and they will keep their distance of you. They're mostly nocturnal. You don't really see them during the day, and they're very shy and very secretive, and they have their own home territories which they inhabit. So there is a bit of a misconception. A lot of people call them wolves, strand wolves, and so on. But we need more of an education program for sure to make sure that people understand, and that's one of the things that we're hoping to do with the school kids at the moment, because they're the future, and then they can tell their parents in the future. But really, there's a danger with hyena only in so much as it's a wild animal like all other wild animals. And if it gets in a corner, then of course it will fight back.